screws that went on here, I've taken those off. I put a little bit of tape on here so that I don't get any paint on the iron. And it's super easy. All you do is you dip your paint in there. I wiped all the dust off because it was kind of dirty, but I don't have to, it has a primer in it, so I don't have to prime it. So I'm just gonna paint away, and you'll see it is so smooth. It goes on with just a smooth, super easy. Just goes on really smoothly. I'm gonna get all the edges here, and I'm gonna do the whole thing gray. Except for this one piece, one part right here, I'm going to do the blue. And we'll see how that comes out. So check in a little while. And the nice thing about it is that this paintbrush is kind of, I guess just you use it once and throw it away. It's my husband gave it to me. But I like it because it leaves some kind of streaks in it that makes it easy that I don't have to sand it because it has that built-in streaky look. A couple of them I have tried sanding and I didn't like so much the way they came out. It looked a little bit too broken down, so I really like the, I don't know if you can see kind of close, it leaves a few streaks and you can see the wood behind it, which is kind of cool. And it's so easy to do. And then you kind of want to just go up and down because you can see the lines. You don't want it zigzag, but it's so easy. You just slap it on and it goes really smoothly. And then it only takes a few minutes to do, and it dries really quickly. And that's what I love about it. So it's kind of a nice day out today. I was thinking about doing this outside, but I didn't. I just kind of do it in my kitchen area. Okay, and I'll just go over a few pieces, and it's a little streaky, which I like. It comes out beautiful when it's done. And then afterwards, I will wax it. It's a really pretty gray. And there's, a few little streaks here. I'm not sure if you can kind of see them yet. I'll do the sides. But yeah, just the gray it's really pretty. So right now I'm just kind of finding furniture all over the house that I bought, and I'm just kind of picking and choosing. What I've had for a while, and I kind of am tired of it, and I'm like, you know what, maybe I'll just paint it. If it doesn't have like a super important meaning to me, like I do have pieces of furniture that are older, but they just have a lot of meaning to me, and I don't want to paint those, and I think maybe that's why going to, when I go to Goodwill and find something, a secondhand vintage piece or an antique piece, like as I'm painting, I just think about the histories of it, of this beautiful piece, and I look at the intricacies of the details, because some of those pieces, they're so beautiful. And when there's like nicks in the wood, or there's like bumps and scrapes and scratches and stains all over it, it is so fun painting over it and going into all the little tiny nooks and crannies. I love it. I just feel like I go back in time with that era. I suppose if I go back to the 1970s or 60s, I'm not as like, and if I paint one area and then change my mind and decide I think I want the blue there instead, like I'm not sure if I want the blue trim right there or not. So I don't worry about getting that a little bit messy. That's the great thing about chalk painting and doing different colors, is you can just paint right over it. I do try to do the strokes all in one direction though. The edges are a little bit trickier to do, so I'll just go over it. I'll redo it and make sure that it just goes all straight down, because it will dry that way. It's kind of like coloring. When your kids color, you say don't color, make sure you color the lines. You want to go straight up and down. It's the same thing. Yeah, okay, so that looks pretty. I'm gonna do right on the edges here, but I'm not going to do the whole inside because we don't see the inside there. So I'm just not gonna use up my time doing it or use up the paint because the paint can get expensive. Okay, and I did right here. I'm just gonna do the second coat on this one. It's a little light. But it's a really pretty color. Again, I got it from Home Depot. It's kind of neat. Okay. Yeah, so, and then like if it dries and it's kind of, you gotta make sure you get any excess paint because it'll make creases there. So it's really pretty though. I might do the blue up there. So I have a paintbrush that, when my son has those little tiny, well, let me get it for you. Okay, so these little paint things come with a paintbrush, little tiny one. So I grabbed that paintbrush, and this is perfect because it's tiny and I can get in those spots. So I'm gonna get in that little spot there that I missed. Any little spots on the corners that I missed, this is perfect. Because it's those little tiny spots that you want to get. You don't want any of the wood really showing. And the nice thing about chalk painting is that you pretty much can slap it on. Because when it's distressed, all those mistakes are like acceptable. So that's what I love because I'm not like super neat person. So I make a lot of mistakes in my painting. I'm not super detailed. But for some reason, I love this and I look for it. And there's distress. And I didn't do a perfect job while swiping it. But that's the beauty of chalk painting is that the less perfect, the better. So I love that. Okay, so this is going to dry for a little bit. I'll put this right here. And then I'm going to start on the blue. I have done just a little bit on the insides here. The top, the sides, the back is all done. Oh, see, now see, I could see that I missed a little spot. And that's what I love. Just make sure I have plenty of time. It's so therapeutic. I love this. I absolutely love doing this. And the great thing about painting is that, you know, when it dries, it just scrapes right off. So if I accidentally got some on a spot that I shouldn't have. So otherwise, you know, the color, look at, it's gorgeous. Isn't it amazing? The color is so pretty. All right, so I'm pretty much want this to dry, and I love seeing the streaks. It's so pretty. It's so antique-y. Just make sure you shake this. Shake it all up before you get started. This blue is just really a cool blue. Look at that. Like that's gonna look so pretty together. All right, so let's see what we got here. Let's see, these paintbrushes, this is a regular paintbrush. I don't know, it's a little, I don't know, I just love that one particular paintbrush. Just slaps on really well. I'll have to ask my husband where he got it. Yeah, so isn't that going to be pretty together? Oh, I can't wait to see it done. I can't wait to see it done and with stuff on it. That's so cool. And we're going to be painting our living room a similar color to this blue, so I might have to keep it. I'm not really sure because I'm not invested in the piece that I bought. Like I have a couple of pieces that I'm just totally invested in because they were like my first big purchase when I bought my very first home. And so, oh yes, I'm not ready. Oh, yeah, you know, I'm not ready. Even though it's got marks all over the place and it's an very expensive piece of wood. And we've moved a couple of times, so it has scratches on it, and I suppose it should be painted, but yeah, I think I'm not ready. It's kind of like, you know, I declutter also, and I will go into organize other people's homes, and you know, people like aren't ready to get rid of their clothes, they're not ready to get rid of their shoes, you know, whatever. When something has meaning to you, it's just really important. Now these brushes are great because it makes the fine line for you, and you don't have to worry about you know, putting more tape on it, or yeah, it just makes a nice, clean, straight line for you. So then I don't have to worry about it. So here's the finished product. As you can see, I did the blue right here, and I also did the blue in the bottom. And so I really love the way it came out, and